Welcome to Recaply X, your movie recap in a flash. We bring the drama, the action, and the twists. In minutes, the movie begins. In a museum filled with collection of antiques is the wizard staff that Billy broke into. Two women enter, aiming to break the enchanted glass. The guards try to stop them, but they break the glass and remove their masks, revealing themselves to be two sorceress sisters named Calypso and Hespera. Each of them takes half of the staff and absorbs its power. One of the guards attacks them, but Hespera whispers to him and he transforms, turning into someone else. Each person starts whispering to the other and they all fall under her control. The transformed ones go out to the bridge, destroy it, and block the entire road. Freddy learns what happened and informs Billy. All his siblings come out, say Shazam, transform, and fly to the bridge, which is split in two. The people are about to fall to their deaths. Billy arrives just in time and saves the woman. He and his siblings save everyone on the bridge and return to their secret place. The sorceresses also return to their place. They enter the prison where the wizard is held, knock on the door, and find him imprisoned. They told him, "We entered the human world, your magical staff was broken, and we were able to enter the human world. Finally, the time has come for us to return to our world, reunite with our people, and avenge our father." He asks, "How was the staff broken, and where is the hero who inherited my powers?" They reply, "No human can stop us, but that will only happen after you repair the staff." He says, "I won't fix anything." They forcefully restrain him, and one of the sisters whispers to him with her magic, compelling him to repair the staff. Unable to resist her magic, he repairs it. Meanwhile, Freddy is at school, and a new student joins. He gets to know her, and her name is Anne. The annoying guy teases Freddy, either breaking his bones or embarrassing him in front of her, but this doesn't diminish her view of him. Instead, she grows closer to him and stays by his side. They develop feelings for each other. At this time, the wizard sends a message to Billy and visits him in a dream, saying, "I didn't die, but after I gave you my powers, I had to go to another world. Anyway, be careful, because Atlas's daughters have entered the human world and want to torment and dominate humans." Billy asks, "So what should I do?" The wizard replies, "The world depends on you. Act quickly, there's no time." Billy wakes up, realizing it was a message from the wizard. He gathers his siblings and tells them everything that happened, and told them, "We need to find out who these daughters of Atlas are." Pedro tells him, "I know someone who can help." He takes him to a place only he knows, and enters the largest library in history, where books fly on their own. Anyway, they enter to the magical pen. "He's the one who will help us. We can ask him any question, and he'll either answer or guide us to the book with the answer." "Hey Steve, we need information about Atlas's daughters." Steve writes down the names of many books about them. They take one of the books and start searching. Meanwhile, Freddy is sitting with Anne. He asks her, "Do you know the superheroes?" She replies, "Wow, I love them." He says, "I'm a friend with one of them. I can even call him to come here." She waits, excited to see who he means. He transforms and appears to her, delighting her as they continue talking. Meanwhile, Billy and his siblings gather information about Atlas's daughters. They learn that Atlas had a very powerful magical staff, which was misused at some point, and he kept being pursued by extraordinary people until he gathered very powerful magic in the staff. At that time, he misused the staff, and extraordinary people kept pursuing him until he accumulated more power in the staff. However, the sorcerers took the staff from him and killed him with it, isolating his world from the human world. And thus, when he returned his daughters, surely that staff must have been broken or something like that. He remembers the staff he broke and discarded. He goes to the television and opens a news channel. He learns that two women entered a Greek museum and stole the staff from it. He says to them, "What should I do? I thought the staff was useless after we took its power." He hits them and says, "Those are the daughters of Atlas, Calypso and Hespera, and the one with Freddy is their sister." They attack him and throw him into a trash bin. He says to them, "Oh, you are evil." He is about to attack them, but they take his power with the stuff. He is shocked and asks, "Are you Freddy?" He says, "Believe me, I didn't know it was you. If I had known, I wouldn't have hurt you." He tries to say Shazam to transform, but it doesn't work. He runs to escape them, but the mother uses her magic to change the place. Calypso tells her sister, "Don't you understand?" She says, "My sisters are coming for you," but one of them tries to confuse him. However, Billy skillfully navigates through everything. They get stuck in the tower. The rest of his siblings arrive at the location. Calypso says to him, "Take one more step, and we will kill your brother." They let her take Freddy and escape. Billy flies after them, but they create a barrier and escape from him. They take Freddy and imprison him with the sorcerer. Freddy asks the sorcerer, "Are you Shazam?" "Billy told me you were dead." The sorcerer replies, "How do you know, Billy? Is he gave you the power of Shazam?" Freddy confirms, "Exactly, but he told me you were dead." The sorcerer responds, "No, I am not dead, but don't worry." At that moment, Billy tells his siblings, "We will send them a negotiation message. It will be a trick to retrieve Freddy. Meanwhile, the guards bring Freddy to the daughters of Atlas. Hespera tells Freddy, "Tell us the names of your siblings." But he kept lying. She uses her magic to whisper in his mind, forcing him to speak the truth. Freddy resists and refuses to speak, enduring the pain until a message from Billy arrives. Calypso tells her sisters, "Stop, this is a message from his siblings." The message reads, "Return Freddy and we will surrender and give up our powers." Hespera tells her sisters, "Don't torture him. His siblings are about to surrender." She orders the guards to throw them into the pit. The guards throw them into the pit. They sense movement in the place, and suddenly a dragon appears. "What is this?" Freddy asks. "This is Ladon, the guardian of Atlas." The dragon immobilizes them and is about to attack, but suddenly the place changes entirely. Of course, this was done by the mother. She tells them, "Don't be afraid, I came here to save you." Her sisters call out to her. She says, "I have to leave immediately. There is no time. You will find the door to return to your world in the middle of the maze." She leaves them. At this moment, Billy is calling for backup. Suddenly, Calypso appears and asks, "Will you do as I said?" Billy responds, "First, you need to know something. I have a family that can handle anything." His siblings join him. He asks, "What do you think of my family?" She replies, "But you forgot about my family." Her sister appears and takes Pedro's power. She's about to finish them off, but they hit her and push her away. However, the elder sister immobilizes them. Billy takes her to the storage area, but the elder sister follows and binds them with wires. She mocks Billy, saying, "You are very weak." She's about to strike him, but Billy dodges and counters. They manage to open the maze's door and enter. Her sister is about to attack them but fails. They take Calypso with them and imprison her in a cell. They leave her and escape. However, Calypso breaks the lock and escapes from prison. She takes the apple that will restore their world and returns to her sisters. Freddy and the sorcerer escape and see her entering with the apple. The sorcerer says, "Did you see the apple in her hand? That apple will restore their world." Freddy decides to steal it from them. Hespera tells her sisters, "We will plant this apple in the human world." Her two sisters argue, saying this will destroy the human world. Freddy sneaks in and takes the apple. As he is about to leave, he makes a noise. Hespera accuses her sister, "You let him escape, didn't you?" They are about to kill him, but Billy intervenes and takes the staff, throwing it to Freddy to regain his power. However, they take it back. Freddy touches the staff and transforms, causing chaos in the place. Billy takes the sorcerer and helps him escape, but Hespera summons the dragon and chases after them. She continues to strip their powers one by one until only Billy and Mary remain. Mary takes the apple and throws it upward. Hespera flies after her and takes her power. Mary drops the apple and is about to fall, but Billy saves her before she hits the ground. Hespera takes the apple and leaves. She goes to a football field and plants the apple in the ground. A massive tree emerges and monsters begin to come out of it. The monsters start attacking people. Billy and his family find themselves helpless. How they behave, they are present at the place. She says to Freddy, "You are good. I am sorry. At first, I hated your world, but when I knew you lived among them, I loved you. My older sister Calypso didn't want destruction to happen, so we will stand against Hespera. Don't worry, because she will do the impossible to stop her, even if this is the reason for my death." He tells her, "You're still young and have a long life ahead of you." She says, "I am 6,000 years old." She says to them, "I will go try to stop Hespera." She actually goes to her. Calypso says to her, "What are you doing? Our goal is to restore our world, not destroy another." Hespera replies, "This is my revenge on humans." The dragon strikes her in the chest. She runs toward it, and Hespera says to her, "I will kill you too." She is about to finish her off, but with her magic, she changes the location. She follows her, takes her magic, and thus, only the stubborn boy remains to stand against her. He runs toward her. He takes the dragon and breaks the Tower of Justice with it, but the dragon hits him with cold fire. The important thing is, he tells the people to move away from here. He strikes the dragon with thunder, but Hespera absorbs the thunder into the staff she holds. He says, "Impossible!" The staff stores any energy like a battery. At that moment, Dollara goes to the tree and sees a hippo attacking them. She's about to kill them, but she throws a sugar cube in front of it. The hippo calms down, and Dollara keeps feeding it sugar cubes. The important thing is, she takes an army of them and attacks the monsters. At that moment, someone goes to Calypso and says to her, "Please help me. How can I stop what is happening?" She says to him, "The dragon is very strong, but I will tell you the solution." At that moment, Hespera attacks people to kill her sister. She actually reaches her and tells the dragon, "Kill the traitor." The dragon traps her. Freddy is also trapped with her, but Freddy manages to control his mind. He goes to Anne and says to her, "Don't let the dragon control you. You are stronger than the drugs." Hespera tells the dragon, "Finish them off." The dragon is about to finish them off. Billy arrives just in time. He grabs the dragon by the tail. He runs and takes the magic staff from her. He says to her, "Come after me if you need it." He flies up and she follows him until they reach Calypso's Calypso's place. Calypso casts her spell and keeps tightening the circle until it fits them exactly. Hespera is shocked and says to her, "Remove this shield." She replies, "As long as I live, you won't be able to harm anyone." At that moment, Billy's siblings arrive at the place. Billy tells them, "I will fight and won't leave this circle unless I win the battle or come out dead." They tell him, "No, don't go. We'll find another solution." He doesn't listen to them and leaves. He returns to Hespera and says to her, "Let's finish this." Billy enters this fire to reach the dragon's heart, but he can't reach it. The dragon strikes him in the side. Billy turns to the other side and strikes him again in the side. He can't see anything else. The dragon chases him, releases energy, and Billy takes advantage of the opportunity to charge that energy into the staff he holds. He turns to the other side and flies, stabbing the dragon in its chest, shouting, "Shazam!" He blows up the entire pit with everything in it. Hespera disappears, the monster disappears, and all the destruction in the place vanishes. But Billy dies. Everyone is deeply saddened by him. The wizard says to them, "A hero has died, so he must be buried as a hero." They indeed bury him in a place worthy of him, but suddenly his hand emerges. They are all overjoyed and return to fixing their home and continue their happy lives. Suddenly, the wizard enters. They run to him and hug him. He says to them, "I've decided to live in your world.